Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Third Age Shelter War Massive Overhaul submod. Anyway guys, when we last left off we had a huge failure in trying to take back the Grey Mountains over here. No, the Iron Hills. I keep getting those two names mixed up all the time. Mainly because they have some really decent fucking troops. Compared to my, well, mainly consisted of miners, really. And not to mention no general leading the army as well. But thankfully the army in the Lonely Mountain is a lot better than the one that we sent over there a minute ago. I think for now we'll just keep on the defensive and see what happens. But the elves have taken Moria, so we don't have to worry about that no more. But there is a place, the threat of that still. So I think if we move the prince over here to Goblin Town and then march on the remaining orc stronghold, and if we wipe out the orcs and no longer have to worry about them, we can turn all of our focus over to those guys. So let's end the turn and we'll try and do that. But if we can just keep a good defensive position over in the east, hopefully not getting destroyed too much over there. But if we can keep a good defensive position over in the east, and then I don't know, it's kind of tricky. Do we ignore the orcs and let the AI deal with them? We run the risk of the AI getting its ass kicked and the orcs becoming a power again, and we don't want that. We want them dealt with quickly. Or we run the risk of that happening and then becoming a threat in the future, and sending our men over from the Misty Mountains, leading the rest of the places pretty much undefended. Once again, the threat of the orcs and everything still alive, and moving all of our armies over to the Lonely Mountain to fight the forces from the east. Or we can deal with the orcs now, crush them, and wipe them out completely as a faction. Now, if we do that, we no longer have to worry about any forces attacking my lands anywhere but in the east. So then, if the orcs in the Misty Mountains are completely and utterly wiped out, the only thing that we got to worry about is over in the east, and we can move all of our forces and all of our military power over there. So that seems like the best idea to me. The only thing we risk is leaving the Lonely Mountain kind of vulnerable, which we don't want. I don't know, it's a 50-50 kind of thing. It could be a good idea or a bad idea. I don't know how well Dale's doing against the run guys. I don't know, we'll just have to see. What are they? Are they trying to assassinate my... I think they failed, thankfully. But I think they just tried to assassinate my king. If they actually succeeded, I don't think they did. I think he died. Please tell me they failed. Yeah, he failed, obviously. Yeah, this man had the strength of a character to learn from the attempt on his life rather than fear impending doom. Good. So they did try to assassinate him, the little fucks. The sneaky little shits. They tried to wipe out the only good leader that I have in the Lonely Mountain or anywhere around it, by assassinating him and just wiping him out of the equation completely. Yeah, let's keep moving the prince over here.
We'll rest here the night, son. Aye, my liege. Yes, my king. Moving quietly.
I see there's still quite a large orc presence, so I think the best thing in my interests would be to simply... Let's move this diplomat down here for a second, but the best idea would be to move on the orcs now, try and wipe them out completely, and just let the elves have Moria, or, you know, accept it as diplomatic persuasion later on. I don't know, it's kind of picky. It's at the point where if I make the wrong move, we're kind of going to go downhill. Have I lost the ability to recruit the guys? I think I've lost the ability to recruit those Dragon Warrior guys. Yeah, that's because I think they're from the Iron Mountains. That's where they... Yeah, requires Grey Mountains. And we don't have the Grey Mountains. Little shits. They've cut off a major point of... Okay, so if we just get... One, two, three, four, five. We can put 5 guys garrisoned in the Lonely Mountain at all times. And then we'll move the king over and take the Grey Mountains back. Because we need those. Because that's where a giant source of most of my guys is coming from. And not to mention I can't retrain them if I don't take it back. So we're going to take it back a lot sooner than I had originally anticipated. Okay, next turn. I think we're fine for cash at the very least, now that we've lost that giant army of mainly miners. But that loss was a mix of having shit units versus their good units, and me just being really tired when I did it. It's kind of the downside to recording at night. If I do too much, I get really tired and then I mess up at certain points. But I don't know. If I had time to take care of those cavalry, we could have won those catapults. We could have won it if we had cavalry to take care of the catapults. I keep getting those two modes mixed up. Oh. We're forgetting completely about Mordor. I have no idea how far what they've done, or how much damage they're doing. I mean, they could have completely taken Mirkwood for all I fucking know. And if they do that, we're fucked. And I want those Dragon Guard back, or whatever the hell they are called, so that we can recruit them and retrain them as well. So we're taking those fucking islands back. The king has like a highly professional, well-trained army, so we'll easily be able to beat him. Unless he gets assassinated again, that is. Or tries to get assassinated. They failed, thankfully, last time. If he had died, we'd be screwed. Uh-oh. Tell calls for aid. Do we go to Dale's aid? We've accepted the request to aid Dale. This will strengthen our relation with the ally. And we get an extra army as well. And a commander, although he's not very good.
Aye, sire. Aye, onward. Aye, aye, my king. Move out. My lord.
I will not waste words on you.
Where to?
Okay, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left. Okay then. We can't attack him yet, which kind of sucks. But in the next part we'll be able to send him reinforcements, so... Okay, It's end turn and hope that Dale doesn't get his ass kicked in the next turn. I think I forgot to move the prince and everybody, didn't I? Dale should be able to last more than one turn against him. Okay, they've gone. I think Dale just beaten back by themselves. In any case, we got an extra army out of this, so... Dale's alive, and we got an extra army and general. Not a particularly good general, but nevertheless. That's a pretty good goddamn script, actually. So that means that I'm not sure if it's just Dale. I think that's because the nest thing that I built, it goes back and forward. I can help Dale, and in return, if the Lonely Mountain gets sieged, and Dale's still alive, obviously, then Dale spawns a unit of guys right outside the Lonely Mountain and helps me out. At least I think that's what happens. Could be wrong. If the AI was to wipe out those guys, I'd be so happy. Oh crap, they're gonna fail, 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 fail. I think they failed. But see, they got 2 assassins. If my king dies to an assassin, I'm gonna be pissed. So Dale has huge armies down there.
Aye, sire. Aye. Move out. Combining the armies, sire. Where to? Aye, lord. March. The lord.
Okay, so we'll use this newly gained army that we've got.
Further today. Where to?
I am shamed by your attention.
Aye, my liege. An honor, my lord. The lord.
And we want something to join him with. Something that takes 2 turns to build. Hopefully not something with that. We'll just give him a fucking... Okay. This army here will go to the Grey Mountains over there and take it. That's the plan, anyway. Okay, let's look at what we've built so far. I've got one more turn for that. One more turn. Okay, let's go next turn, I guess. Hope that my fucking guys don't get killed. Because they've still got 2 assassins on at large. I think we might have a debt problem. I forgot to move the prince again, didn't I? Yeah. Can't afford to do that. It takes long enough to move him as it does. Anyways. We'll check up on the orcs actually and see what their situation is. I mean, they have the elves and the free peoples both on their sides, but the free peoples are busy dealing with those Dunland bastards. Those wild bastards from Dunland, or whatever the hell you want to call them. These guys next after Isengard. Those guys, wild men of Dunland. But they've got the free peoples dealing with them. The Dunland guys are pretty much screwed against those. And then you've got the elves that are on the Misty Mountains. But once the Dunland guys are getting rid of, the free peoples have Isengard, and then, I don't know. They are surrounded, so hopefully maybe the AI will do it for me. But my luck never has been that good, so yeah. We shall see. Ah. So we don't get to keep our reinforcements? But I didn't help Dale because they didn't need help. They did it by themselves. Great, we don't get to keep the reinforcements.
Aye, sire. Move out. Merging armies, sire. Aye. My lord.
Okay, so let's just do what we were originally going to do and go over there with the king and take it back.
Aye, lord. My king. Aye, my king.
Definitely take those 2 cavalry. They're going to come in handy.
Forward. Aye. My king. March. My lord. My king. Move out. March.
And they are all without income, which is awesome.
Stopping here, sire. Aye, my liege. Aye, sire.
Okay, so we move the king over here, take back this. Just leave the Lonely Mountain like that for now. That kind of sucks, you lose the reinforcements, but I suppose it does make sense. I see the orcs are still putting up a giant fight.
Aye, my liege. We march to glory. We'll rest here the night, sire. An honor, my lord. Aye, sire. Making camp here, good sire. Aye, noble sire.
If we can get these guys over here,
Set a watch. We camp here.
preferably not going around that way.
Alas, I can't go there, sire.
Or is the path through the mountains shorter?
My lord,
Longer?
we
I don't know.
Alas, I can't go there, sir. But my lord, we cannot. Set a watch
If we go around that way,
till morning.
I think you travel faster when you're in the open.
We'll rest here the night, sire.
Then we just have to wipe out those orcs. That's the plan, anyways.
My king. Aye, noble sire. Setting a vigilant watch here.
Okay then, next turn. That kind of sucks. I would have helped Dale, but I couldn't because they seem to deal with the problem themselves. It kind of sucks that you lose the reinforcements, but I guess it's quite handy if you don't really need the units, but you want to have an extra bunch of units to help out your ally. And then it goes like that, I guess. But you see, now there's scripts for helping other people like if Minas Tirith gets sieged, I think there's a script that will allow me to go help them. Do you want to help the blah 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 blah? If I click that, I'm not sure, does it spawn a army there? It doesn't really describe it very much. Maybe it spawns an army right next to Minas Tirith so I can go help them or something. I'm not sure. That's pretty good. Especially if they're... If I get an extra, like, unit of Dale guys if they siege me kind of thing, then that'd be pretty awesome. I'm thinking that if a good ally, if a good faction dies out and they lose all the settlements, they turn into a horde faction just like the AI does for like the enemies. By that, the enemies, I mean the evil factions like the orcs and shit. Damn, I could really use those extra armies, but never mind.
Something to investigate. Moving quietly. At your service. Aye, noble sire. Marching now.
At least we have fucking cavalry this time to take it back.
My king. In your name, sire. Making camp here. An honor, my lord. Marching.
At least what's-his-face will be able to catch up faster if we're going over the plains.
I'm gonna stick you.
See, against the orcs, because they're relatively weak units, rather than professional units, they're a small group of really professionally trained men can outmaneuver them and kick their ass. In theory. I should be able to recruit stuff from here soon. Yeah, 74. 1 more % in the Dwarves' direction, and we have what we need. Anyway, next turn. Let's get the king over to here as quickly as we can. Once we've taken that, all I want to do is stay on the defensive until we've dealt with the orcs. Just have 2 full stacks, one in these hills here, and one at the Lonely Mountain. Other than that, we help Dale, and mainly put our focus on dealing with the orcs so that we can move all of our forces over to the east. I'm hoping that none of their armies will show up to help them, but my luck ain't that good. Been thinking about stuff to record recently, actually, which is actually perfect timing because by the time you watch this part, we should be around, because the game I'm on about releases in like 2 weeks from the day that I'm recording, and I'm recording today on like what, the 18th of January or something. So by the time you get watching this, it will be, well, actually past it, but it's if you ever played Tropico, it's like a simulation building, city building simulation thing. But this one's set in Atlantic City, I think, with like mafia and crime organizations, and during the Prohibition, that's the word I was looking for. During the Prohibition in Atlantic City in America and all that shit. And you start off small, like a small-time criminal organization with just a couple of guys, and then you build up to a massive organization of your own. Eventually, like, wipe out other gang members and just pretty much take over the city and just have giant gang wars over certain things and set up your own businesses, and, like, it looks pretty cool. I mean, you like rob banks and do drug deals and do all this deep it just looks pretty fucking awesome. All this shady operations and stuff that you can set up. And it looks pretty fucking awesome. I think I might play it.
Aye, noble sire. We march.
Whether or not I make videos on it is debatable. It kind of depends whether or not you guys want to watch it.
Moving quietly.
I'm hoping that they'll all be far too occupied with everything else to attack me. And they'll be like away fighting Dale. Merchant Bank. Where'd that come from? I don't remember seeing that there before. Still says that guy. Even though he doesn't fucking exist. We'll leave that for now because we're going to have to retrain the men anyway, aren't we? Let's keep an eye on over here. They always have crap tons of guys. If they actually attacked and did something useful for once.
Aye, my liege. In your name, sire. Aye, noble sire.
He's probably going to get there quicker because he's got the main road to use, which are the Free Peoples have set up.
Come here until morning.
Or have I got the back roads? But if we can come to some sort of diplomatic agreement with the elves and take Moria and ask for Moria, I mean. I don't want to go to war with them, but I'd like to come to some kind of agreement. I was half tempted just to like sit back and let the orcs take Moria, but well, I'd rather not.
Well, sire.
I'd rather not give them a giant power base for which to build their stuff up, personally. I'd much rather like claim Moria by birthrights and sort of, you know. Because I'm pretty sure taking Moria and dealing with the orcs of the Misty Mountains is the last two campaign requirements that I have for winning the campaign. I'm not quite sure, I've been thinking about it, but I'm not quite sure where we're going to end the Dwarven campaign, really. Do we end it after we've won all the victory conditions? Or do we end it just pretty much, you know, when Mordor's vanquished and destroyed? I don't know. Because I was just thinking today, how many parts are we going to do? It's already like the, what, 21st or 22nd part? Or 20-something. And it's a hell of a lot longer than the Westeros stuff. So, not that I mind. It's quite enjoyable recording it. I'm having quite fun playing it and everything. But I can see it going into like part 50 and us still being on the Dwarves. So I think it might be sensible to end it when the victory conditions are met, just for the Dwarves and the minor good factions. By the minor, I mean like what I consider to be the major like good factions is Gondor, Rohan, the Free Peoples, and one of the High Elves or whatever. But
Aye, noble sire. Would have a good sire. Leading
like we may as well just
sire.
do that.
A wise and fair.
A proud victory. A most noble conquest, sire.
Fuck me, they work fast, don't they? 41% already. They rewarded me with some cash. Thank you. Ah! Where did you come from, you little shit? Oh, well, if the Lonely Mountain gets attacked, then the thingamajig script will kick in, I hope. And Dale will come help me.
I will not waste words on you.
So this is where we could have used the other army to, like, secure the Lonely Mountain, for God's sake.
Aye, my liege. In your name, sire. My king. Marching now.
No, don't do that!
March to
Ah, you idiot.
Aye, my liege.
Go right into the fucking Free People's Settlement and get stuck there. Excellent.
At your service.
My friend, please send an emissary to open negotiations.
Okay then, let's end the turn, and if we get attacked by the run people, we're gonna need gonna need that time to, you know, kick ass. If they get attacked in the Lonely Mountain, I'm pretty fucking sure that Dale should spawn a unit or something and come help me. I'm hoping that it's not a 50-50 thing and Dale can choose not to help me, because that would suck. I don't want to don't want to gain one stronghold in the hills and then lose the main one that I've fucking left from. Not that I could get over there in time to make any fucking difference, really, anyway. And if I did, then that other place would just be undefended. I don't know, half of me thinks we should bring the prince over to the east, but then that would leave all of my mountains over here completely undefended. And I think Mordor is approaching. To be perfectly honest, I have a fucking hunch that Mordor is probably getting closer to me than the elves. The elves mainly kicking the elves' ass, probably. Because they do start in Mirkwood, so I imagine they've been kicking elven ass for quite a while now. Eventually they'll hit my borders, and if I have no defense at all over here, I'll be fucked. And see, I think the thing to do is reach our victory conditions, and then sort of record individual important steps in the war leading to the destruction of Mordor, rather than recording everything that's going on like we do usually. Dude, what's getting attacked? To help that? Yeah, sure. Now that I know how that works, we will definitely do that. Because now I know that I can simply charge into battle and kick ass. And then, once it's dealt with, we don't have to worry about keeping it. Well, we don't have the barracks that we originally had. Damn.
Something to investigate. Honor, my lord.
Let's use the king for a second.
Aye, noble sire, setting a vigilant watch here. Aye, sire. Aye, noble sire, at your service. Moving quietly.
Holy crap! Oh, good lord, I really wish I didn't fucking do that. Because they, next turn, will be able to attack my king.
Aye, my liege.
Oh, god damn it. Why did I have to select building fucking watchtowers?
Orders. Aye, onward. Combining the armies, sire.
Nothing ever goes my way. Shit always fucking happens. Okay, that's, what do we do? 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 What do we do when we're totally screwed? What do we do when we're totally screwed? What do we do when we're totally screwed? Pray to Jeebus. I don't know. What do we do? 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 I don't know. What else can we build before we decide to build something there? It's useless. Yeah, build a road. Hasn't really do us anything. What's that grayed out? Slaughterhouse. And build a road.
Aye, noble sire. We march to glory. My king, we'll rest here the night, sire.
If we get him over there,
Making camp and honor, my lord. In your name, sire.
get him over there,
Making camp here.
and we attack with both of those forces. And we won't do that battle in the next part because it's quite a huge battle, but
Aye, my king.
I brought those forces there because we know that if those guys attack the king and we lose the king, we're fucked. I never should have put him out of the fucking place to build watchtowers. Although they are very handy. Okay, I don't know. Let's just do one final pan over of all the places just to make sure what everything's going on. Okay, we will end this part here because there's no way we can fit in any kind of battle into this without going way over 40 minutes. So we'll do a quick overhaul of what we're going to do. When we get back, we will move this guy over here.
We'll rest here the night.
He'll wait there for the prince
My king.
to get over there. And we'll move on the orcs and beat the shit out of them, hopefully. Maybe the High Elves will actually, you know, use the giant stack of armies that they had somewhere a minute ago and kick some ass. Hopefully. Probably. Probably not. And, yeah, we'll use those forces. They'll beat the shit out of the orcs, hopefully, and then we'll hunt down the rest of the orcs and beat the crap out of them as much as we can. And once they're dead, we will focus our attention on this. We'll fight this battle here against these guys.
Waste words on you.
And hopefully not get attacked from there.
My king. Move out.
May as well have those in there, I
Joining our
guess.
forces.
Yeah, hopefully they'll fuck off and go in a different direction and leave me alone, and I can get the king back inside there. Because we need to secure that place and that place as well, so yeah, I don't know what the hell we're doing. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Annotation in the top right-hand side. I will see you there. That's all for now. Soul out.